back pain. So if you get a sore back just because you've been sitting a lot, I'm going to show you some moves to do to open up through the hips. They're effective moves that work with many of my clients who come to me with sore backs. And it's not that I'm saying come to me, not a chiropractor, but the moves that tends to help loosen off through the hips, then therefore helps alleviate the pressure and the pulling on the back. So the moves that my clients take away and do themselves too. But obviously, if you've got a low back issue, consult your chiropractor, your physio, whoever it is. And if anything that I do this evening doesn't feel good for you, it's painful, negative way opposed to muscle working way, then stop, don't do the move. Listen to your body, be sensible about it. All right, and as per usual, I'm going to go over some moves for you to do in your own time, but I'm going to show you the basics around them. So first up, what we're going to do is just warm up through the wrists a little side to side, because we are going to be using the wrists a little bit, and people tend to get sore wrists. And if it's a bit too much sitting back on your heels, then just lift up a little higher. Again, listen to the body. And then if it feels good, rotate fingertips to toes, leaning back, you'll feel a stretch in the forearm. Do a lot of work the wrists, but they don't tend to get a lot of attention in terms of stretching out. And then place one hand in the center, fingertips still towards the toes, and that little side to side motion. Again, doesn't feel good for you, then stick with the variation that does. You don't have to do the more intense one. This is just applying a bit more pressure. And switching, same thing, other side. And you're like, Julie, you're doing the wrists. What have we said about hips? Yes, exactly. But the whole body works together, right? So we're going to be holding our body weight. Okay, and then just roll it out. Okay, give me 2 seconds. For some reason, once again, I don't know why, Instagram's been a bit of a challenge. Okay, right team. So first what we're going to do is hands are going to be on the shoulders, and we're going to take the leg out to the side, and then what we're going to do is drop down to elbows and back up, dropping down and up for 45 seconds, whatever feels good for you. Now you might not have the same range as me on this side, that's okay. Again, we just take it to where it feels good, and you're going to be feeling that in the inner thigh. So you want to be doing this for about 45 seconds. Like I say, I'm just demoing the moves for you tonight, so get your timer out and switching sides, and you can do it in your own time. All right, hands on the shoulders, leg out to the other side, and again, dropping down and back up. So again, you might notice my range is vastly different one side versus the other. This side's a lot tighter for me. Definitely feel that pulling in the inner thigh. So again, we just take it to where we're feeling it stretching out, opening up, but not to uncomfortable pain. And work at your own pace. You don't have to drop as quick as me. Take it to where it feels good. Shove on a t-shirt, right? I'm just going to do a couple more. Like say you can do 30 to 45 seconds, whatever works for your body. And then coming back up. All right, next what we're doing, hands on the shoulders. We're going to take the knee bent out to the side. So the knee's bent, we're just taking it out to the side. And when we come down, try not to touch the floor. Strong upper body. One common thing to watch out for is where the outside elbow will collapse so that you allow the leg to go higher. But keep the upper body strong. Now, for many people, the range might be about here or here. So don't worry if you can't take it as high as I can. Okay, it's just your hips are a bit tight, and that's what we're working on. We're opening up for the hips, the glutes. All good. Don't force it. And again, 35 to 45 seconds. All right, and then we're going to do the other side. And again, your range might be different on one side versus the other. Not an issue. Strong arms, not letting that elbow cave, taking it as high as it feels good. And you're probably feeling it in the hip, in the glute. You might be like, oh, my butt's sore. All good. Any point to stop and shake it out, you can. Okay. So we've done 2 moves so far. Okay, the next move, you're like, oh, it's a little bit burning. That's all good. Just means we're working the muscles that are maybe a little underactive, shall we call it. We're going to come down, elbow in line, or you come all the way down, or rest in here, entirely up to you. Now what you're going to do is make sure you're in line. So you're not rolling forward, you're not rolling backwards. And we're going to do 1 up, 3, 2, 1 down. So again, we're opening up for the hips, the glutes, and don't force it. Just like before, you take it as high as it feels good for you. Leg as straight as possible, you'll have a little bend. So it's power and control that small gap between the feet. And you're going to feel that along the IT band running along the outside of the leg. So this is really good for maintenance of the knee muscles, the knee joint, as well as the hips. Okay, and then we're going to take it to a little pulse. So I just realized that Instagram can see me. So a little pulse. So next up, so just for those who missed out on Instagram, hips are up and are down. Okay. Then we take it to a little pulse. So once you've done 35, 45 seconds of that one, small pulse, same side. So see, small gap between the feet. So the burn's going to get quite intense up here. But that's okay. At any point it gets a little too much, shake it out. Small pulse, again, 35, 45 seconds, working at one side. Okay, so once you've done those two moves, getting body straight, you're going to bring the leg out in front, and you're just going to lift the bottom leg up and down. So I'm going to change my angle so Instagram peeps can see, and you're just taking it up and down, so we're working our hip flexor. Foot on the floor, take it up and down. And we switch around again because that isn't very comfortable. And up and down. And again, as high as it feels good for you. Working 35, 45 seconds, and then we switch sides. So remember, always work both sides so you can earn out any balances. So remember, starting off with your 1 up, 3 down, and then your little pulse. And then foot in front, lifting the bottom leg. Each move, 35 to 45 seconds. Just getting the glutes activated, the hips opening up, the T-band working, the hip flexor, and take it to where it feels good for you. And release. All right, team, one final move. We're going to give you an extra one because I always like to give extra value. Feet together, and we're going to do our clams. So just opening up and down. So if you do have like a resistance band for this one, you can pop the resistance band above the knees. Again, just going to add that little more pressure, and we're going to work that a little bit harder. So again, feet 1 up, 3, 2, 1 down. 1 up, 3, 2, 1 down. Just going to switch here so you can see. Feet together, knees are bent. Opening and closing the clam. And you're really going to feel that in your glutes. And then other side. Again, just wherever you're comfy, resting the head, knees bent. 1 up, 3 down. And release. All right, team, I'm going to do a quick recap of all those moves, only on the one side. So remember, you are doing on both sides. Hands on the shoulders, leg out to the side, dropping down and up. And all these moves is about whatever range is comfortable for you. Then our second move is taking the leg out to the side, knee not touching the floor. Again, as high as it feels good for you. Then our third move, coming to the floor. 1 up, 3 down. Power and control. Our fourth move, our little pulse. Starts off not too bad, and then it builds. Our fifth move, leg over top, lifting that bottom leg. Finishing up with our sixth move. Number 6, our clams. Feet together, ankles together, the feet don't part, we're going to come up. You can add a resistance band for this move if you want a little more from it, if you're not feeling it. So again, 1 up, 3 down. And that's your moves to help with your back. If you've got a sore back, to open up for the hips. Now, after doing those moves, it's suggested stretch. I'll give you a foot in front or on top. Just coming down, relaxing the upper body, holding it here. And you're going to feel the stretch in the glutes. Release the tension for the back. And again, you can hold that for as long as you feel that is a good release for you. And then rolling up, same thing other side, foot in front or on top. Releasing down. Relaxing the upper body. Then rolling up, feet together with or without pressure, just pushing down. So you've got the knees dropping to the floor, getting that inner thigh stretch. So that's your 6 moves to open up for the hips, the glutes, to help with sore back, and 2 different stretches for you to do as well. And like I say, the stretches are looking for the hips, the glutes, and lower back too. And they're just really nice stretches to do because they don't feel too onerous. So like I said, team, that's a quick demo of all the moves that you can do, 35, 45 seconds each one. Any questions or you're not sure about your technique, then drop me a note in the DMs and I shall go over any questions you've got about technique, the moves, or where you should be feeling it, or if you're not quite sure about something, drop me a note. All right, team, I shall see you tomorrow evening. Hope you enjoyed the sunny evening, and I shall catch you guys later. Thank you for joining. Appreciate you and your time.